Hey everyone, I married a woman who was a single mom, and I regretted at the start it felt like a happy dream. But now I'm starting to regret it. It's hard to admit, but I'm feeling lost. This is a really long tale, so grab a snack, get comfy, and let's dive in together. It all began at a friend's wedding. I was there alone, wearing a suit that was a bit too tight, sipping some watery punch, and trying to look like I belonged. Then I saw her. Let's call her Sarah. She was standing across the room, laughing with her friends, her bright eyes catching the party lights. She looked so full of life, and I couldn't look away. We started talking during a slow song, and she had this warm way of speaking that made me smile. She told me she had 2 kids and pointed them out, a boy and a girl dancing together nearby. I shared that I had a daughter too, but she was living far away with her mom because of a work trip. We hit it off right away, swapped phone numbers, and I went home that night feeling like I'd met someone special. My heart was racing. For a whole year, we dated, and it was like a movie. We went out to eat at little restaurants, watched funny movies at the cinema, and even took her kids to the park sometimes. I'd bring snacks like chips and juice, and they'd call me Mr. or Sir, which I thought was kind of cute back then. We talked about our dreams. Sarah wanted a big garden, and I wanted my daughter to join us one day. We got married in a small party at my house, with flowers I picked myself and a cake that was a little lopsided but tasted good. I have a steady job, so I asked Sarah and her kids to move into my house, a cozy place with a garden I'd been fixing up for years. She said yes, and I pictured us as one big, happy family. My daughter was still far away, but I called her every week, telling her about the new life we'd build. At first, living together was nice. The kids said hello and helped with small things, and Sarah and I would cook dinner together, laughing over burned toast. But after a while, trouble started sneaking in. I learned more about Sarah's past with the kids' dad. Let's call him James. They were together for a long time, had the kids, and then had a huge fight about money and trust. They split up years ago, but James never really left. He still helps raise the kids, and that's where my headaches began. James is like a shadow that won't go away. He shows up at school events with a big smile, cheers the loudest at sports games, and even brings pizza or new shoes for the kids out of the blue. I get it. He's their real dad, and he's not a bad guy. But I married Sarah, and I want to be like a dad to her kids too. I dreamed of teaching her son to kick a ball better or helping her daughter take pictures with her camera. I asked Sarah to talk to James and ask him to visit less since I'm part of the family now. She just laughed and said, "Don't worry, he's just being a good dad." That hurt my feelings, but I tried to let it go, though it stuck with me. Then came the name problem. I asked the kids to call me Dad a few times, thinking it might make us closer. I thought it would feel nice to hear. But her daughter looked at me like I was crazy and said, "We already have a dad." Her son nodded and kept playing with his toys. Now they stick to Sir or Mr., which makes me feel like a stranger in my own home. I begged Sarah to help me, but she said, "They're just kids. Give them time." Time for what? It's been years, and I still feel like an outsider. The hardest part is how they listen to James, not me. I live here, pay for the food, fix the broken lights, and even mow the lawn, but they ask him for permission. If James says they can go to a friend's house, they're out the door. If he says no, they stay put, even if I say it's okay. One time, I planned a family movie night with popcorn and blankets, but they said no because James promised them a video game day. I sat there alone with the popcorn, feeling like I don't belong. It's been making me sad and mad at the same time. The moment that pushed me over the edge happened a few weeks ago, and I can still feel the sting. Her daughter lost her old phone in the rain. It fell in a puddle and stopped working. She was upset because she uses it to take her pictures. I felt bad, so I promised to get her a new one. The next day, I used my savings to buy a really nice phone, shiny and new, and came home excited to surprise her. I walked in with a big smile, but she was already holding a new phone. "Dad got it for me," she said, all happy. James had come by while I was stuck at work and dropped it off with a grin, according to Sarah. I showed her the phone I bought, hoping she'd like it, but she just smiled and said, "Thanks, mister, but I like the one Dad got better." She even gave me a hug and said she was grateful, which made me feel worse because it sounded fake. I couldn't hold it in anymore. I pulled Sarah into the kitchen, my voice shaking, and asked why she let James buy the phone when I said I would. She leaned against the sink and shrugged, saying he wanted to do something nice, and I didn't want to say no. Nice? What about me? I told her I feel left out, like I'm trying so hard, but getting nowhere. She got mad and said, "You're making a big deal out of nothing." We haven't talked much since. It's been a week of quiet mornings, cold dinners, and me sleeping on the couch with a stiff neck. Now I'm up at night, my head full of questions. I love Sarah, her laugh, the way she dances in the kitchen, but I feel like I'm drowning in this family. My daughter is coming back soon from far away, and I'm scared she'll feel left out too. Did I mess up by marrying a single mom? Should I have known it would be this tough with James around? I've even thought about leaving, but the idea of losing Sarah makes my chest hurt. So, YouTube family, I'm turning to you for help. Am I wrong for feeling this way? Should I keep trying to be a dad to her kids, even with James there? Should I talk to someone smart like a helper, or just give up? Tell me what you think in the comments. I'm listening to every word. Help me before I lose my mind or start yelling at the walls.
First time. Every morning, I wake to his sleepy grin and awful coffee, and I'm so happy I could cry. At night, we sit on our porch, the sea glowing under the moon, and he'll whisper, "Still glad we shared that sandwich?" I'll snuggle closer and say, "It's the best thing my heart ever tasted." Some friends aren't happy. My old roommate Sarah had a crush on Lucas, but never told me, and she's been distant since the wedding. I feel bad I didn't know, and I hate that she's hurt. Our friend group feels different now, and some say I changed things by loving him. It stings, but Lucas is my world. Was I wrong to follow my heart? I don't think so. Marrying my best friend is like living in a sunset, warm and golden, wrapped in love every day.